Penguins are one of the most beloved animals on the planet. Their tuxedo coloring, adorable waddle, and cute faces make penguins one of the most beloved animals in the world. From the equatorial deserts of Africa to the Nordic grasslands of Scandinavia, humans can't help but ooh and ah over the aquatic, flightless birds. A lot of folks mistakenly believe that penguins only live in the North and South Poles, but in reality, they live throughout the Southern Hemisphere. One species even nests close to the equator. However, none live in or around the Arctic Circle. Scientists are locked in a debate about penguin taxonomy and genetic links, but they all agree that at least 15 species currently inhabit the Earth. Human-sized penguins waddled around the Earth in prehistoric times. The Anthropornis nordenskjoeldi reached heights of 1.8 meters, 5 feet 11 inches, and tipped the scale at 90 kilograms, 200 pounds. The emergence of large-toothed whales and seals likely led to the extinction of giant penguins. In 1948, a Florida man named Tony fashioned himself a pair of 30-pound, three-toed lead shoes and stomped around beaches at night to further a myth that a 15-foot-tall penguin ruled the surf at night. He did it for 10 years, never got caught, and didn't reveal the hoax until 40 years later. Penguins' black and white coloring is defensive camouflage. Despite the Falklands' active landmines, the island cluster has morphed into a makeshift nature preserve for penguins because the animals are too lightweight to trigger the mines. The oldest known penguin species in the fossil record is the Waimanu manaringi, which lived 62 million years ago. Penguins are animals with a signature look: black backs and white fronts. The technical term for their coloring is counter-shading. It's an evolutionary advantage that serves as spectacular camouflage because penguin predators have difficulty distinguishing between a white underbelly and reflective water surface. On land, the black back helps penguins blend into the rocky terrain on which many species nest and breed. They may look sleek and leathery, but penguins are covered in animals that are feathers, and their plumage serves two primary purposes. Firstly, it helps with buoyancy and contributes to their agile swimming skills. Secondly, penguin feathers act as insulation, which allows the birds to withstand frigid water and air temperatures. Several penguin species have a distinct aesthetic flair. Rockhoppers sport fancy crests and feathers on their heads. Chinstrap penguins feature a white band across their jaw areas, and golden feathers adorn the necks and heads of giant penguins. Cape penguins don distinctive pink patches above their eyes, and little blue penguins have blue-tinted feathers instead of jet black. Every so often, a penguin is born with light brown feathers instead of black. They're known as Isabelline penguins, and they tend to live shorter lives because of their inferior camouflage, but they are beautiful. When land-bound and standing upright, penguins use their tails and wings for balance. If time is of the essence, penguins slide on their bellies and use their feet to propel and steer. The technique is called tobogganing. Penguins are also skilled jumpers and do so when traversing prickly terrain. Penguins are very social animals that hang out in large groups called colonies. As such, they've developed vocal and visual communication skills and standards. Adult male penguins are cocks, and females are hens. A group of penguins on land is called a waddle, a group in the water is a raft. Wild penguins live almost exclusively in the Southern Hemisphere, save for banded penguins, which live near the equator and sometimes migrate into the Northern Hemisphere. Significant populations exist in Angola, Antarctica, Argentina, Australia, Chile, Namibia, New Zealand, South Africa, and the Falkland Islands. Furthermore, Penguins in captivity live in zoos and animal sanctuaries around the world. The chart below details specific habitat regions for the different penguin species. Penguins breed on either ice blocks or rocky outcrops. Except for yellow-eyed and fiordland species, penguins breed in large colonies, ranging from 100 pairs to hundreds of thousands for the chinstrap, king, and macaroni. Penguins stay monogamous for the breeding season, but chinstrap penguins often mate for life. Most pairs produce 2 eggs per clutch. Larger penguins, aka the great penguins, only lay 1. Most species only lay 1 brood per mating season, but little penguins may lay several. Relative to adult penguin sizes, their eggs are small. However, the shells are extra thick and serve as protection against rough terrain. Fascinatingly, when Aptenodytes forsteri, emperor penguins, lose an egg or a chick, they try to kidnap another pair's offspring. Penguin snatching seldom succeeds, but it doesn't stop them from trying. Aptenodytes forsteri males handle all the incubation duties. Both parents share responsibility in the other species. Incubation shifts can last days or weeks while one parent heads out to forage for food.